Hey, happy Erev Pesach. I just ran out to get my last cup of coffee before the coffee shops close, and or I at least won't be getting coffee from a coffee shop during Pesach. And it's just unbelievable. English Cake totally switched over their store to be kosher Pesach, and they're selling pizza and fries. That picture is totally kosher Pesach, and people are buying it. They're like coming in and they're like, "Is this kosher Pesach? Can we get it? Can we get it?" It's 5 minutes before you're not allowed to have chametz anymore on Erev Pesach, and this is what people are doing. Like, where can I get a pizza and fries at 10 o'clock in the morning on Erev Pesach? But it's kosher Pesach. I mean, I'm sure it's kitniot, but yeah, great. Only in Israel. And also during a war, like there's a war going on, and people are just wondering where they can get their next pizza. Terrible, really terrible war going on. It's the fourth missile today apparently hit center of Israel. Tel Aviv, Bnei Brak, Petach Tikva, Ramat Gan are really being hit this morning. Nobody injured, thank God, except for in Bnei Brak, a mother and a son, and I think some little girl also was injured badly last night. People are getting injured in this war, but it could be much worse. Unfortunately, in Lebanon, 4 soldiers were killed yesterday. Oh, it's so sad. Each and every one of them. It's just terrible. It's heartbreaking. And also, you were just wondering, like, why can't we just bomb them from the air? I don't understand. I hope that they know what they're doing. I guess they do. And of course, Hashem knows what he's doing. But it's very horrible and scary. And I know that it's just the end before Mashiach. And it's going to be really horrible for a while. And then it's going to get really much better. And we're going to see the end of days. And we're going to see Geula Shlema, hopefully this Pesach already. Okay, I just wanted to say a few words before Pesach, just so that you'll have something to think about during the Seder night. Okay, so it's an amazing night tonight. It's called Leil Shimurim, which is like Hashem protecting us. Leil Shimurim means like guarding and protecting. It's the night where Hashem is just totally with us, and there's such incredible supervision, like divine supervision and divine love, and Hashem is reenacting Yetziat Mitzrayim tonight. It's reenacting Yetziat Mitzrayim. It's amazing. So that means that basically what's happening is that we are going from being enslaved in Egypt, where we had no identity. We had complete slave mentality. We weren't even a people. We were like a fetus. We weren't even real. And we became the nation of Hashem, Hashem's children. We were born on Pesach, on this night, and we were born from such a depraved, low state and came into such a high state where we became the nation of Hashem, the chosen nation, a mamlechet kohanim, like a kingdom of priests and a holy nation who are supposed to be a light unto the whole entire world and create this tikkun olam. And we went from such a low state to such a high state in such a short time, and speed is like the name of the game. Whereas we have this matzah, we have the fact that the dough did not have a chance to rise, and so everything is quick. We're getting out of there so quickly. And we talked last time about how this transition period, this week of Pesach, is such a transition that it's like a conversion of the entire nation of Am Yisrael. And so we have to do away with all the chametz, and it's such almost like a strict time. Like I don't know if you know me, but I am not a machmir person at all. And yet I, like the rest of the Jewish people, if there's 1 week that I'm going to be machmir, or that I'm going to be serious and very strict with myself, it's going to be about getting rid of chametz and not having anything to do with chametz during this week of Pesach. People who know me all know that I try and cook every single thing before Pesach, for Pesach itself, or at least prepare it in some way. Like I'll take out, I'll even like wash and peel all the vegetables and freeze things, and like just start the preparation so that it's considered that it was done before Pesach, because there's a special extra little halachic interesting leniency that happens before Pesach. If you make something before Pesach and it's in your house before Pesach and it's in your ownership, then there is this concept in halacha called batel b'shishim. Like we know with milk and meat, if you have something which is like a drop of milk in a huge vat of meat, that is batel. It's nullified. It's not really considered milk in the meat because it's so small. It's 1 out of 60. But on Pesach itself, no chametz is nullified. But if it was in your house before Pesach, or if you prepared it before Pesach, then it is batel b'shishim. It is 1 out of 60. If you have 1/60th chametz to 60 parts of kosher lePesach stuff, it is nullified. It's okay. So I try and be strict about that. I mean, I can't say that I do it completely, but I'm just saying there is a complete, almost like perfectionism that's expected of us during this week. And it's because of that major transition period. You know, like I see with my son just had a baby boy, Baruch Hashem. And he, like, they're so careful with him these last couple of weeks. He was just born 2 weeks ago. And today, 2 weeks ago. And like, they're so careful. They don't want to take him out and they just want to be like with him all the time. And, you know, we're like, oh my gosh, these new parents, you know, but it makes sense because those first weeks of a baby's life are so crucial. And you have to be so careful with that baby because he really just came out and he's just like starting his life. So too, this week of Pesach is like the first beginning of our life together with Hashem. We are Hashem's chosen nation, but we're like just born. So we have to be super, super careful. And that's what's really happening tonight. Tonight we're being born, ladies. And so that matzah is like the first mother's milk that we are actually eating, that we're actually nursing from Hashem. Like, can you think of that imagery for a minute? And think about it tonight when you are eating that matzah. It's the only mitzvah that is actually from the Torah about eating. The only mitzvah regarding food in the Torah is this mitzvah of matzah. And so when you take that matzah in and you're eating it with all these crazy strict details, like you have to eat it within 9 minutes and no talking while you're eating, you have to eat a whole kazayas, whatever, like all of this is some kind of spiritual reality that we're not 100% sure of what it makes, like why does it make sense, but it's like the first mother's milk that we are getting as a nation, as a people, that is supposed to nourish us and give us the ability to live, right? This is giving us life. And it's Hashem giving us life. So it's unbelievable. You can like try and think of that Hashem is taking you out of Mitzrayim with complete unconditional love. Like this whole night, this whole idea of Hashem protecting us and taking us out like Superman from Mitzrayim is very much a itaruta de la Ela. It's Hashem awakening from above this compassion and taking us out and completely redeeming us, even though we really didn't do anything to achieve that kind of relationship. It's like Hashem is sort of infatuated with us and he just decided, like, this is the people that I love. These are my beloved. This is my child. B'ni b'chori Yisrael, he tells Paro, my firstborn son is Israel. So no matter what they do, it doesn't matter that they are just exactly like you Egyptians. It doesn't matter. They're my children and I'm taking them out of here. So no matter what they do, this is unconditional, pure love, and I am removing them from your midst and I am taking them to be mine. And that initial unconditional love, it is what we are responding to when we go all out on Pesach, when we go all out in eradicating the chametz, which represents the Yetzer Hara, and when we go all out on this mitzvah of Pesach and this mitzvah of Seder night, which we see the entire nation, no matter how not religious you are, you do the Seder night, because I think we deep in our genetic makeup have this understanding that this really is a big deal. This really, really makes a difference. And it's like we can respond to Hashem because Hashem is showing us that love and awakening that incredible, throwing freedom at us in a way that we just have to like take that and make it ours. Like we have to just, like, you just have to sit there and bask in that tremendous energy of unconditional love that Hashem is giving you. And then you have to realize that now we have to choose what to do with that freedom. Hashem is giving it to us. We don't have to do anything to deserve it. But now we have to take it in and realize that this Chag is all about Emunah, all about relationship with Hashem. We have to choose that relationship. But initially, Hashem is just throwing it at us. Hashem is just removing us from Mitzrayim, taking us out of slavery, and now we're free. But we're free for what? We have to decide what we want to do with that freedom. And that's why the Seder night is like Kol Hamarbeh Lesaper B'Yetziat Mitzrayim Harei Ze Meshubach. The more you do, the better it is. The more you talk, especially the power of speech is extremely important on the night of the Seder, because it's Emunah energy for your entire year. This gives you the fuel that you need for Emunah for the entire year. So you have to really concretize it. And the way that we concretize anything and that we make anything real and take it from the ephemeral and the spiritual, this idea, you make it real, is through speech. So that's why we have to talk as much as possible. And it's not only just reading the Haggadah. That is it's nice, and it's the way that the rabbis gave us sort of a text to work off of. But if you notice, the Haggadah is full of questions and it's full of involvement. And so many people are using all these games and all this AI and all this technology to create involvement of the people, of the participants in the Seder. And it's very important that you do that as well. So even if you are a mom or a girl who's been helping to clean for Pesach and to just do all these things, and you don't have so much time, try and prepare for yourself a little bit of something that you would like to say at the Seder. It doesn't have to be a Dvar Torah. It could just be your own experience with Hashem's involvement in your life, the time when you felt Hashem giving you something in your life, gratefulness, just that feeling of divine supervision, when Hashem saved you, when Hashem showed you that He is with you, that He loves you. So just prepare a thought or a story or something that will get you to say it with your words, because there's this concept in Tehillim, He'emanti ki adaber. I talk about this all the time. I believe when I speak. The more you speak, the more you believe. And so this is a night where the more you do it, the better. We don't have any other mitzvah like that. The more you put on a mezuzah, the better. The more you keep Shabbat, the better. It doesn't say that anywhere. I mean, it's true. It's nice, but it's not the more the better, except for this night, because Emunah is infinite. You're never gonna get to the end, to the boundary, to the edge of where I don't need any more Emunah. I've gotten to the point where I don't need any more. Afilu kulanu chachamim, kulanu nevonim, kulanu yodim et Torah. Even if you are super smart, and even if you are one of the greatest, most knowledgeable people in the generation, or even if you're doing the Seder for yourself and you don't even have anybody else to teach except for yourself, you still mitzvah aleinu lesaper b'Yetziat Mitzrayim. The more you talk about Yetziat Mitzrayim, the better, because it concretizes Emunah for yourself. It makes you elevated. It levels up your Emunah, and you can always get better at Emunah. So that's what we have to do tonight. We have to feel Hashem's love. We have to feel Hashem's overwhelming, overpouring Pesach, the idea of skipping over all the different levels. We don't have to do anything to deserve it. Normally, you need to slowly work step by step, go at your own level till you reach a level of, keeping the mitzvot, keeping the Torah, keeping the understanding what you're doing. But no, not on Pesach night. Pesach night is a night of skipping over. That's what Passover means. Pesach means. So you are focusing on, how do I reach this high level? And it's because Hashem is throwing it at you. Okay? Hashem is giving you that freedom. Hashem is cradling you in His arms. Hashem is nursing you. Okay? It's like a crazy imagery, but I would like to challenge us all, myself included, to think about that Hashem is holding us in His arms and taking care of us and nursing us and really giving us whatever we want and showing us love. And then we have to just take that love and concretize it for ourselves and realize that this Hashem is really here for us, and we are going to take that freedom and we're going to skip over any of the levels that we thought we couldn't achieve because of our circumstances, because of our tendencies, because of our parents, because of our because of I grew up in a certain environment, or I was exposed to certain inappropriate things that I wasn't supposed to see when I was a kid, or trauma, or people did this to me, or whatever it is, my parents are at fault for this or that. No, we're skipping it all over. Hashem is allowing us to skip over all the details, all the levels, all the natural steps that it takes to grow. And he is giving us this tonight, when we are just achieving freedom. We are really able to just get to the point where we're at this high level of Emunah, and we feel that anything is possible because it is. Because we're connecting to Hashem, and Hashem is infinite, and Hashem can do anything. So that's tonight's energy. And then the next day already, we kind of drop down to the point where we're going through Sfirat Omer, and each and every step goes according to our level, and we're working on our midot and on our different tendencies. And yes, we have flaws, and yes, we're going to work on it. But Hashem gave us all those flaws, and Hashem gave us all those circumstances, and Hashem knows exactly why he gave us those things so that we could reach the high level that we're trying to achieve. So my bracha is for everybody that tonight we take advantage of that incredible energy of love and unconditional, overpouring, overwhelming infatuation from Hashem, and that we're able to concretize it, that we're able to talk about it, make it real, so that we can then have the power to take that freedom and to work with it and to reach that elevated status of Emunah, and to reach almost such a closeness with Hashem that we can feel that we can get through all the boundaries, all the problems, all the obstacles, and really reach a Geula Shlema, an individual and a national one. Have a happy kosher Pesach.